Hello friends, welcome to Joy of Life. So before we proceed with this episode, what I would like to tell you is that if you have not seen the system design introduction video wherein we have discussed about the architecture of this mini project that we are building, I would highly recommend you to check the same. I will leave a link to the description as well so that you can click, check the same and then get back onto the video. So on the previous video, we have configured our application and we were successfully able to send messages and we could see the message coming up over here and it was working perfectly, right? We are not seeing any problems when we try to put messages, it comes up smoothly. Now in this part of this tutorial, what we are going to do is we are going to try to deploy the same application inside Spring Boot and we are going to understand the challenges that we might face and how do we overcome those. So let me stop it from the local over here and let's try to see what are the configuration that needs to be changed. So first is MySQL. I need to listen to that particular port. So let's get it done. And now the biggest problem comes over here when we have it as localhost, right? So the easy part with MySQL was we were giving the IP address inside our application, not inside MySQL. But with Kafka, what we need is we need to provide the IP address here. And how do we know the IP address if we haven't started the container yet, right? So the problem here is my container is not running. And how do I know the IP address and how do I specify the IP address? There has to be some other way how we figure it out, right? That's the most tricky part over here. So what we are going to do is we need to find out some way in which we can configure the same, right? So let's start this once again and let's understand what we can do over here. Let's start it in a detached mode. It's up, I guess. So let's check once. So, okay. So now if I do a Docker inspect Kafka, and this is the IP address which will keep on changing, right? We can see over here it's 172.18.0.3 and we need to set this address over here. But unfortunately, we cannot hard code this because this will keep on changing. So this time it was 0.3. So if I do a Docker compose down and try to get this up again, so we might have a completely different IP address in that case. So let's see if we are getting the same IP address or not. So let's start it again. So this time we got a 172.19.0.3 and previously we got a 18.0.3, right? So this is a problem, right? And we need to address this. We cannot hard code this address over here. So it will keep on listening to the hard coded port and maybe this time we have a different IP address. So it's not going to help us. So let's get inside this container and let's see what we can do over here. So what we need to basically do is somehow we have to get hold of the IP address for this and we have to configure. So this image over here from Rustmister, or if I am spelling it correctly, Kafka image, the beauty of it is it gives us that ability to do so. So what we can do is we can use a host command, right? And we can pass a command through which we can get the IP, right? So let's see how we can get the IP from the container. So if I do a if config over here, you can see that my IP is present over here, 172.19.0.3. And we need to grep and get this out and set it there directly, right? So interestingly, I have found a topic on the web wherein this site over here, cyberset.biz, it's actually showing us how to get this done. I highly recommend you go through this tutorial and understand how he's grepping and getting things done. So what we are going to basically do is we are going to get hold of the command that he has given us. So we can do this and we can get the IP address from this container. So if I run this over here, so you can see that it's extracting this out, right? And this is what we need and this is what needs to be configured, right? So we are going to get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. Going back to this image over here, he has told us to use this host name command. And we are going to use this same command and we are going to pass this as a string over here so that it dynamically picks up the IP address. And we are going to use this same command over here as specified. Going to use this and you need to escape the dollar. So we are going to put a double dollar over here in order to escape it. right? So this host command will set the host name by executing this command, right? And we are good to go. So yeah, we are inside the folder, and let's check this. Okay, so we are going to remove them first. Make sure you remove it because it often causes some problem. It's always good to remove these images that you are updating. So as you can see over here, I have removed them both and both are gone now. So let's do something. Let's start this. So keep in mind that we need to create the topic. So our topic is gone now. So it has to be created again. So yeah, they have been started, and let's see what happens when we try to run our application. So we need to build it first. So our jar is now ready. We need the Docker image. So this command all has been discussed previously. So do check out the previous episodes if you haven't seen them. And now we are going to run this application on 8085. So we can see that the application is coming up. Everything looks good. So we are going to start another command prompt instance over here, and we will create the topic that we need and get those things ready. Let's see here, there won't be any topic for sure. So we are going to go ahead and create a new topic. So topic is created. Let's go ahead and verify it. So it's called HTML_topic, and I guess we are using the same name in the application as well. So that's also need to be verified. So let's be double sure. So yeah, HTML_topic. So let's try out and let's see what happens here. Application, and here I have the consumer that will start over here for HTML_topic, and let's see what happens. So we'll open up Postman and we will try to send a request. So you can see over here that broker may not be available. As you see over here, we are continuously getting some errors, right? So we have some problems and we need to address them. So let's understand what the problem is and let's fix it. Okay, so now if you do a inspect of your URL feeder service, the project over here, so this is running on the network 172. So the gateway is 172.17.0.1, right? And if you do the same for Kafka, so you can see that it's running on 172.20.0.1. So this is running on a completely different network, right? So if I check the networks over here, so you can see that for Kafka Docker Compose, so when we created this Docker Compose, there was a separate bridge created for it, right? And our application that we are running, it's on the default bridge that we have. So they are running technically on the two different hosts and we are unable to connect it, right? And that's the reason why we are continuously getting that we are unable to connect the broker, right? And we need to go ahead and address and fix this problem. So how do we fix this? So this is using a separate bridge altogether and our application is using a separate bridge. So the easiest one of them is to run them on the single bridge, right? So for both the Zookeeper and the Kafka image, what we are going to do is we are just going to go over here and tell him that the bridge that we are going to use. So after image, you can put the network mode and you can set this as your default bridge, right? So that was the name we had, right? It was called bridge. And if you have observed closely that when I have started the containers over here, so it started a Kafka default network as well along with it. So we don't want that. We want to run this as a part of the same bridge. So we are going to specify over here that the network mode is bridge, and we are going to tell Kafka the same thing, that your network mode is bridge. Now this Zookeeper has to be updated. We can definitely use the IP for the same. So now we are going to get the IP from Docker inspect the bridge network and we are going to get the IP from there. So you can see over here that this is your IP over here, gateway, right? 172.17.0.1. This is your system IP, nothing else. And since there are like port binding, so it will be binded to this port. So we can directly use this one. Shouldn't be a problem, right? So this is the other change that you might need to do. So we are going to stop both the Kafka Zookeeper. Let's see what else is running. So we are going to take down URL feeder service as well. We have nothing except for MySQL at the moment. So what we are going to do next is we are going to try and use this. So we have changed it to a bridge. So let's get this service up and docker compose up -d. And since we are recreating it again, we need to go ahead and create our consumers. We are going to change all this host. So we are not going to listen to localhost anymore because this will be running inside the Docker, and we should be listening to the same IP address, right? 172.17.0.1, same address that we have specified over here. So everything is now running inside the same network, right? So we are going to provide the same over here. Let's go ahead and create the topic. We know it's not there. So the topic is going to get created. Okay, so we can't specify like Zookeeper 2181 going forward, right? We have to give the right port. So the Zookeeper is now not resolvable like that. So we are going to change it over here. So we are going to put the same IP address we have seen over here, 172.17.0.1. So you can see that the topic has been created. So we cannot address it like Zookeeper colon 2181 going forward. And let's listen to the topic over here. Okay, so we are good for now. We have done our configurations, and let's build this application and let's deploy it. So we are inside the folder and we are going to use the same way as we do in order to build it. So first the Maven clean install, and then we are going to build the Docker image. Docker image is here, and then we are going to run the Docker container. So let's see if the application comes up fine, and so now it's looks good. Don't see any error, looks good to me. So let's get the consumer over here so that we can see that the messages are being consumed. So let's get the postman also over here, and we are going to send this, and we are going to send this Amazon.com request over here. So you can see here it has been received here, and you can see Amazon.com showing up over here, right? So everything looks cool, right? And this is how we configure our application, and we don't need to run it from our local, right? So everything will be working as expected if you have them running inside the same Docker host. So again over here, let's send out some other request to try it. So let's say google.com, sending it over here. You can see that it's received over here, right? It's working as we have thought. So everything looks good, and we can see that our consumer is able to consume it, right? So that's all from this tutorial. On the next part, what we are going to do is we are going to see how to create a consumer, and we are going to consume this message directly from the consumer, right? Instead of using a console consumer, we are going to use it through our application. So we are going to create a service next time, so which will not have an endpoint, but which will be listening to our Kafka topic, and it's going to consume messages, and it's going to do the needful things, right? So yeah, that's all from this video. I will check in this code. So this all code will be present inside the repository. So please feel free to go ahead and download it. The link will be in the description section. So yeah, see you guys soon. Bye bye and take care.